Welcome back, guys, and welcome to another episode. Today, we're going to be going into dimensional analysis. This is going to be a method that we use pretty periodically in physics, and so I believe that you guys are going to do awesome in this, but I do want you guys to know to put kind of some work into it. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, what is dimensional analysis? Dimensional analysis is just a method that we use to convert between units. So, one question you could ask is how many minutes are in an hour? Well, we know that there are 60 minutes in 1 hour, right? So, we can see that we have minutes right here as our unit, and we want to convert from minutes to hours, okay? So, now if I were to ask you guys how many minutes are in a day, how would we do that? Well, we know that there are 24 hours in one day. And so we could link this information together in order for us to determine how many minutes are in one day, right? So it doesn't necessarily just work for time, it also works for any unit that you can really think of. So the next one I have here is just going to be a form of a length. So there's 100 centimeters in 1 meter, 12 inches in a foot, 16 ounces in a pound. But once again, we're probably not going to see pound a lot because we're in the metric system. All right. So this is going to be the pretty much the meat of the page, and it is going to be very important for you guys to know. Before we go into it, let's talk about base units. So the base form that we're going to be seeing in for at least mass is going to be in grams. Okay. Base units for volume, okay, three-dimensional space, or typically measuring liquids, is going to be in liters, and distance-wise, the base unit for length is going to be in meters. So with that said, let's go into our prefixes. I'm just going to kind of skip past mega because we don't use mega that often. So I am going to start off in kilo. So first of all, we've heard of kilo before, right? We might have heard of a kilometer or a kilogram, right? And so what does kilo actually mean? Well, first of all, kilo just has a symbol in front of it, which is a lowercase k, and all kilo means is 1,000. Okay, so if I have, so what a kilometer means is 1 kilometer or a kiloliter is equal to 1,000 liters, or 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams. Okay, and it's just a form of saying that there are 1,000 of our base units. Okay, all right. Next up, we may see deci a little bit, but I'm going to skip the centi because that's something that we see a lot more periodically. Because we might see centi on our rulers, right? There's the inches side and there's the centimeter side. So centi just means 100. Okay, so if I have, so that would mean there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. Okay, or 1 liter is equal to 100 centiliters. Next up, we're going to go to milli, okay, or milli, and that could be denoted as a lowercase m. Milli is going to be equal to the thousandth. So there are 1,000 millimeters in 1 meter. Okay. And the last one is going to be a little bit trickier because we'll kind of see this a little bit more often than mega and deci, but micro is can be denoted as the Greek symbol mu, and that just means 1 times 10 to the negative sixth. Okay, so in 1 meter, there's 1 times 10 to the sixth micrometers. All right, so this is going to be kind of important, and as we go to our next video, we're going to be kind of actually doing the math between how you can go from each of these these prefixes from one to another. All right, so before we even move on, let's kind of do a little recap. Here are going to be our really big prefixes, right? So mega and kilo. And then here are going to be our base prefixes, or our smaller one. So deci, centi, milli, micro, those are going to be less than our base units, okay? So once again, kilo is bigger than our base units, and then centi is going to be smaller than our base units. So I'll hopefully post a cheat sheet for you guys, but it's really important that you guys learn these. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.